Hello there, welcome back to my views on news. Three news stories. Firstly, fighting on Oromia Amhara border. Fano fighters yesterday launched an operation in a town not far away from the Oromia border. Secondly, what is the status of telecommunication services in Gujum in the Amhara region? Telephone service restored or not, and if the service is down, what does it mean? Thirdly, another UN inquiry commission has been formed by UN Human Rights Council. What is going to be the fate of this UN inquiry commission? We saw the termination of UN inquiry commission on Ethiopia a few days ago. Now another UN inquiry commission. Firstly, viewers, Fano fighters, we know a few weeks ago took control of a town in North Showa zone of the Amhara region, and from there they were trying to move towards Oromia. They tried to penetrate Oromia back then, but they were stopped there in that town. The name of the town is Ararti. Entire Ararti came under Fano control back then. Local police, militia, administrative structure totally collapsed, and Fano was in full control there. Then we saw counteroffensive on Fano from Oromia involving Ethiopian National Defense Force. And there was fighting in Ararti for several days. Ararti is in Minjar. It's on Amhara Oromia border. Fano had to retreat from Ararti, though at one point Fano was in full control of Ararti, but it had to retreat from Ararti. Now, reportedly, yesterday Fano fighters launched an operation in Ararti. Fano fighters managed to enter Ararti, and fighting between Fano military went on in Ararti for several hours. Casualties on both sides reported by several sources. So, though this is the pattern we have been seeing, people say, Sajid, Fano fighters, you play up, you exaggerate their strength. Fano fighters just retreat whenever they are under pressure. They have no guts, they have no strategy. They are just entering one city today, tomorrow other city, they are running. They are running for their lives. No. This is their strategy, that they enter a town, city where security administrative structure collapses. If a counteroffensive comes, they retreat, but they don't retreat for good. They remain position in nearby areas, and whenever they get opportunity, again they enter the town. See what happened. It happened the same way in Ararti. We saw that in Debre Marcos. We saw a limited entry in Gondar city. In Bahirdar, limited attacks. So, Debre Tabor as well. I can go on and on. That Fano fighters, this is the deliberate strategy, that they don't want to lose their capabilities, lose their manpower, lose their weapons by trying to hold on to big town cities. So their planned strategy is that retreat when you're under pressure, then return. That never happened in Ararti. But military, as I said in some previous videos, military would try to push Fano away from Oromia border. We saw that when Oragodona came under, not under, but Fano was pushing towards Oragodona. We saw massive offensive from Oromia forces, and Oromia forces entered Oragodona. Then military intervened. Oromia forces had to retreat from Oragodona, or they were told to leave the area. Military in control of Oragodona, through which passes the main road which connects Addis Ababa with Ethiopia-Djibouti road. This is the situation on Oromia Amhara border. Secondly, viewers, telecom services cut off in Gojam for days. Internet service was suspended. It has been suspended for weeks. Mobile phones were working, then mobile phones stopped working, and a few days ago there was a restoration of telecom services in Gojam. But after the restoration of telecom services, the fighting accelerated, and we saw some bouts of violence involving the two sides in different towns of East and West Gurjam. Heavy clashes close to an in Adith. That is why again there is complete telecom blackout in Gurjam. Phones not working in Finot Silam, in Debre Morkos, in several other Dambicha as well. You can say Gurjam is largely without telecom services, no internet, no telephone services. People don't know what is happening to their loved ones. People who are not in Gurjam, people in different parts of the country, they cannot connect with their loved ones in Gurjam. Is it an indication that a major offensive is coming, or is it because of the intensified fighting that the military has decided to cut off telecom services? It's difficult to say. Maybe it's due to the scale of fighting which we saw last week. The military has decided to again cut off telecom services in Gurjam. Thirdly, viewers, another inquiry commission has been formed by UN Human Rights Council. We know that more than a year ago, UN Human Rights Council formed an inquiry commission to investigate human rights abuses committed during Tigray conflict. Back then, African countries, including Ethiopia, all opposed the formation of the commission, most of the countries. But Western countries backed the commission formation. Commission was formed. Ethiopia never granted access to the commission to work in Ethiopia. Ethiopia tried to defund the commission too. So commission members, they submitted some reports, but a few days ago we saw that commission was terminated because no one was interested in the extension of the mandate of the commission. Tigray government, Ethiopian federal government, US, EU, all lost interest in that UN inquiry commission. So it means that the victims who suffered, whose families suffered during Tigray war will never get justice because the commission has been disbanded. Now a similar commission has been formed. What is going to be the fate of this commission? A commission has been formed by UN Human Rights Council to investigate human rights abuses being committed in Sudan, where since March, earlier this year, we saw that war broke out between Sudan's Rapid Support Forces and military, and reports of grave human rights abuses, especially in Darfur. Now, Human Rights Council wants to investigate. Voting was held at the UN Human Rights Council session. Which countries opposed the formation of the commission? Which backed it? 47-member UN Human Rights Council voted. 19 voted in support of formation of commission. 16 opposed. 12 abstained from voting. All African countries. So 19 yes, 16 no. So it was a narrowly formed because of this narrow margin. 19 yes, 16 no. So the commission was formed, but no African country supported the formation of the commission. Eritrea opposed, Senegal opposed, Somalia opposed. Interestingly, Sudan opposed as well. Sudan is member of UN Human Rights Council. And Sudan opposed means that Sudanese military opposed. By the way, military accuses Rapid Support Forces of grave human rights abuses. But no, military is opposing UN investigation. Why? Because military does not want its people to be held accountable. Maybe some military people are also involved in human rights abuses, as was the case when al-Bashir was the ruler, that he was charged with human rights abuses and still wanted at International Criminal Court. So Sudan opposed, entire Africa opposed. again, European countries backed and commission has been formed. How will this commission work? What is the fate of this commission? I think the commission will end up like we saw the commission formed to investigate abuses in Ethiopia. Sudan will not grant access to it. Both military and rapid support forces, they will reject the reports of the commission members, and we'll keep on seeing pressure from EU, US on Sudanese parties. The commission will be used as a pressure tactic, and then you'll see that parties will lose interest, commission will be disbanded. So that is what the real commitment to the protection of human rights is. When it comes to interest of Western powers, that they just pay lip service to their commitment to human rights abuses. Basically, protection of human rights. Basically, they want to protect their own interests. They want some pressure tools to continue their pressure upon the governments. That is why Ethiopia, we saw nothing happened, and now Sudan. Nothing will happen here. Thank you for watching.